The old never understand the young. Discuss. It is an age-old lament, and we even see it in the writings of the Andeans. The old do nor understand the young. Is there any truth to the statement, or is it just mere words? In my opinion, there is some truth to it, though it would be an exaggeration to say that it is always true. One of the hardest things for anyone to understand is that the world is not standing still, but is changing all the time. Hence the tendency for the old to keep the young in one place, and the strong protest and rebellion by the young to keep changing with the world. The well-meaning older generation, therefore, only want to protect the younger generation from acting out of ignorance and perhaps harm themselves. Indeed, it would be a waste if every generation sets out to ignore the lessons learned by previous generations and learn them all over again. In fact, such a move would be painful, and if the human race had persisted in it, we would still be living in caves and eating roots and raw meat. But though the younger generation does learn from the older, and appreciates it, what it does not appreciate is the older generation's attitude of wanting to overprotect its young. The old do not understand the young's need to seek new things out for themselves. This attitude causes the old to keep the young in the cradle and not allow them to progress beyond what it, the older generation, has realized. Somehow the older generation seem to think that they have all the answers and that there is no need to seek anymore. As a consequence of this, the young find it necessary to rebel and break out of established norms. This is true even with regard to moral values. In spite of what we all like to believe, moral values are not absolute and do change from time to time and from generation to generation. If there is any doubt about this, perhaps we should realize that it was probably the rebellion of the young that eradicated polygamy, and established monogamy in most places on earth. It was also the rebel-lion of the younger generation that forced the recognition of women as equal partners in the home and not merely as childbearers and housemaids. What often brings the young to want to change is progress. Seldom do the young want to do anything just to protest against the old. Just like the old adjusted themselves to their world, the young need to adjust themselves to theirs. For some reason we find that the old are not able to understand this. This is all the more surprising when we realize that the old today were young once, and that they too fought the system of their elders to make their own world. Perhaps if the old remember this, they will understand the young better.